in the heart of New Zealand, an unexpected discovery challenged our understanding of history. A small bronze bell that would connect the land of the Māori to the ancient seafarers of southern India. This is the incredible mystery of the Tamil bell, an artifact that may hint at the exploration of this land far earlier than we once believed. Could this bell really be evidence of explorers coming to New Zealand, even before European colonization? Reverend William Colenso, an early missionary and explorer known for his travels through New Zealand, arrived in the country from England in 1834, where he settled in Paihia, located in Northland's Bay of Islands. During his time there, he established New Zealand's first printing press and played a key role in translating the Treaty of Waitangi into the Māori language, as well as completing a Māori translation of the Bible. In February 1836, when travelling from Whangarei to Kawakawa and Paihia via an inland route, he made an extraordinary find. Colenso came across a remote Māori village that had never before been visited by Europeans, where he encountered a bell being used as a cooking pot by the local Māori people. What made this find remarkable wasn't its use, but its origin. The bell bore an inscription in an early form of Tamil script, a language originating in South Asia and an official language of southern India, Sri Lanka and Singapore. It was especially unusual because the village had no trade relations with foreigners and, as Colenso noted, had no access to bronze, which was not being produced on the island. Colenso, realizing its significance, traded a larger pot for the bell, hoping to uncover its history. Upon further examination, the bell, roughly 16 centimeters diameter and 17 centimeters tall, had distinct ridges and an uneven edge, as if a section had broken off, indicating it had been around for quite some time. People of the village had told Colenso that it had been with them for generations, recounting a story of their ancestors finding it in the roots of a tree that had toppled in a storm. This small object, now housed at the Museum of New Zealand Te Papa Tonkarewa, raised intriguing questions about ancient seafaring and possible global connections, offering a new perspective for exploration and study. There is ongoing debate over the correct interpretation of the Tamil inscription on the bell. Some scholars read the translation as Mukiyatan's ship's bell, while others interpret it as Mohoyeden Book's ship's bell. Despite these differing conclusions, it is evident that the bell once served as a fixture on a large ship, linking it to a Tamil explorer, likely from the Chola Dynasty, a powerful southern Indian empire renowned for its naval dominance and extensive trade networks. The Cholas ruled much of southern India and the surrounding seas during the late 10th to 12th centuries, a period marked by military strength, economic boom and far-reaching maritime explorations. Their ships sailed as far as Southeast Asia, establishing trade routes and cultural exchanges with distant lands. There is dispute about how the bell came to rest in New Zealand, some suggesting it made its way aboard a later European whaler or trader's ship, while another theory has the bell coming to the land during the times of the Chola Dynasty, from which the bell likely originates. The theory of a later arrival aboard a whaling or trading ship is rooted in the timing of early European visits to the country, particularly in the late 18th and early 19th centuries. Whalers and traders typically followed routes that rounded the Cape of Good Hope, being the southern point of the peninsula extending from Cape Town in South Africa. Following this route, however, they did not pass by the coast of India, but took advantage of the Roaring Forties, a powerful wind belt that spans the central circumference of the southern hemisphere. This wind pattern is known for its strong westerly winds, allowing them to sail to Southeast Asia, Australia, and New Zealand via the most direct route. Further contradicting this idea, Colenso's discovery of the bell in 1836 was approximately 40 years after traders and whalers began frequenting New Zealand waters. Colenso, being told by the Maori tribe that the bell had been in their possession for several generations before 1836, dates their discovery of the unearthed bell to around 1770, 20 years before early traders. The other prominent theory is that the bell represents evidence of an early, pre-European arrival of Tamil or other Indian explorers to New Zealand. The other prominent theory is that the bell represents evidence of an early, pre-European arrival of Tamil or other Indian explorers to New Zealand. A key element to this theory is the bell's inscription in Middle Tamil, a later variant of the 300 BC Brahmi script in southern India. Middle Tamil is generally identified as being used from around 700 AD to 1400 AD, with the bell script specifically pointing to between the 11 and 1200s, based on stylistic elements and certain characters unique to this period. This language was used during the Chola Dynasty, with the script's specific dating aligning it with the height of Chola seafaring, and during this time, Tamil traders were actively exploring and establishing links across the Indian Ocean. The Chola Dynasty's influence stretched far, and their advanced naval capabilities made the notion of reaching distant shores like New Zealand plausible. Additionally, the presence of Tamil Muslims within these trading networks adds another layer of potential influence, as Muslim traders were among the most skilled navigators of their time, often pushing the boundaries of known territories. A famous Arab geographer and historian, al-Idrisi, was also active during the relevant time period of the 1100s, writing a document titled Collection of Travels, which was translated into French in the 1800s. In this document, he makes records of a voyage of discovery by Arab explorers. Most notably, he writes, "A large and very mountainous country in the farthest southern ocean, beyond and far southeast both Ray and Bartali, and as being uninhabited by man and containing nothing but gigantic birds known as the sea moor." Firstly, his note of a lack of inhabitants can be reconciled with official records, the first Maori settlers having arrived in New Zealand between 12 and 1300 AD, at least 100 years after al-Idrisi's account. The geographical descriptions of New Zealand are also accurate, falling within the top third of global country size, as well as 60% of the South Island being mountainous. The location was also correct, being far southeast of what Arab geographers of the time called Ray, or modern-day Borneo, and Bartali, which is today Papua New Guinea. Finally, the naming and description of what could be none other than New Zealand's giant bird, the moa, which only went extinct in 1445 due to hunting. Furthermore, when taking cultural stories and oral traditions into account, some intriguing parallels may be found in the ancient tales of Sinbad the Sailor, a series of tales from the collection 1001 Nights, better known in English as Arabian Nights. Though the stories of Sinbad are fantastical in nature, the ideas presented could very well be based on grains of truth and other more grounded tales of the place and time, as stories so often are. Sinbad's adventures appear to take place in and around the Indian Ocean, extending into Melanesia and Southeast Asia, with many of the islands he visits being given descriptions suitable to these areas. A specific part of his second voyage stands out when considering any reference to New Zealand, where he encounters a giant roc, an Arabian mythical bird, writing, "It was a bird of extraordinary size which was hovering near." This is reminiscent of the Haast's eagle, the largest eagle known to have existed, which once roamed the skies of New Zealand. In this same tale, he recounts serpents crawling to and fro, and while New Zealand has never had snakes, the country's only native land animals include birds and reptiles. Some have suggested that Sinbad's encounters with enormous reptiles could evoke the image of New Zealand's long-necked moa if seen from a distance. Whatever the case, these stories and historical accounts serve to strengthen the already plausible ideas and chronological associations derived from the physical aspects and discovery of this artifact. The Tamil bell is more than just a relic. It is a reminder of our shared history, a symbol of adventure, and an enduring mystery that continues to intrigue historians, archaeologists, and the curious minds of today. The legacy of Mukyadan and the Chola navigators is a story still being pieced together, one that invites us to explore the vast, interconnected world of our ancestors.